Well, hello. Hi, everyone. Ladies, how are you all doing?
I'm feeling good. How are you?
I'm great. Okay, so everyone that knows me energy, but I'm gonna get these ladies going here soon. They're like a little shy right now, but we're gonna get into it. It's HBCU week, and how exciting is that? HBCU for life. And if I'm not mistaken, Alpha Kappa Alpha raised a lot of money for our HBCUs. So let's give it up. This is the fourth year in a row. My name is Erica Belton. I'm from the fabulous Epsilon Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and I have a panel of three amazing women. But hold on, I hear clacking. Is that me? Do
I
you all
hear
hear
it.
that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I hope it's not me. Uh-oh, is anybody else hearing the clickety clack? Hold on one second.
Yes, I hear it as well.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, well, we're going to push through. As you all are talking, I'm going to go ahead and fix it because I'm not sure this is the very first time. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Okay. Because it sounds
Um,
like somebody is typing.
it does.
So I'm going to go ahead and fix what I've got going on. So first, I'm going to start with Deshana. And let's see your shirt, Deshana. We can't see it.
I'm sorry.
All right. So we're going to jump right into it. Why did you choose your university? And tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Deshana Jones. I am a part of the Always Divine Alpha Delta chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I'm a senior psychology major from Chester, Pennsylvania, and I attend the illustrious Morgan State University. Um, I'll be honest, Morgan was my first choice, but I was kind of in between Morgan and Temple University because I would have had a full ride there because of my mother, who was an employee there. But I knew that that just wasn't the right fit for me. I just knew that I wanted to be a part of a student body who was just like me, reaching the same goals. So I felt when I came to Morgan on a tour, it just felt like home to me. Like everyone was very
Okay.
family. It was a lot of different people who was just excited, very welcoming. So I felt like this was one of the ones that I felt was more for me out of any other HBCU.
Okay. No problem. All right. Well, shout out to our Morgan State Bears. We see you. All right. All right. We have Miss Ava. How are you doing, Miss Ava?
Hello, I'm doing well.
All right. And she is giving, everyone is giving us hair tonight. Okay. They're giving you the laid, they're giving you the natural. As you can see, this is the best I could do. So y'all are doing great. Okay. All right. So my question for you is, what has your experience been at your university? And you can give us a little more detail about yourself as well.
I'm a senior at Johns Hopkins, studying medicine, science, and humanities, and I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I guess my career paths are getting a graduate degree in biology. So my experience at Hopkins has been pretty great. I've met a lot of wonderful friends, of lifelong friends, and Hopkins has really furthered my want to go to grad school with the different classes I'm taking here and with the professors that I'm interacting with.
Awesome. All right. So you would say that your experience has been pretty good. And you're a senior, correct?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you. All right. So down to Miss Ariana, who is giving us ultimate hair. Okay. She's everyone is just giving it to us tonight. Okay. So I hate to say this, Ariana. I think you might be the culprit. Mute yourself one time. Yeah. I think it's someone around you on a computer. I'm not sure what's going on, but we're gonna push through. And it's all right. So
I
come
don't
on, you
think
can come.
so.
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It, I think it's coming from your end, but it's okay. How is your college? How has your college prepared you for the outside world? And also give us a little bit of information about yourself.
Okay, well, hello everyone. I'm Ariana Huffnagel. I am part of the Epsilon Kappa chapter here at Coppin State University. I feel as though my college has prepared me for the outside world in many ways. I'm currently in the ROTC program, and it also strengthened my leadership skills even more, even though I'm already a pronounced leader. And also, me being a criminal justice major here at Coppin State University, being in different organizations like the Criminal Justice Club, that helped me branch out if I wanted to go FBI out in my career field if the Army doesn't always take me that far.
Okay, awesome. I'm excited to talk to you, ladies. So I'm a graduate of North Carolina A&T State University. I was a biological engineer major, and I wouldn't trade my experience at my school for anything. Like, I feel like I received one of the highest levels of engine of engineering ever. We competed against other institutions effortlessly, and the experience as a whole, I feel, shaped me to be somewhat of the woman that you see today. How to think on my toes. At North Carolina A&T, they did have a nurturing element, but majority of it was we want you to be able to compete, period. Like, want you to be able to get into the workforce and handle yourself accordingly. So shout out to all of my Aggies. I should have let you all shout out your institutions because I know we have a lot of Baltimore uh, family members, sorors in the comments. Ladies, sorors, leave a comment. Leave a comment because we can bring it to the screen. Also, if you have any questions, put it in the comments. We can bring them to the screen. So if you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, we can see it and we'll bring it to the screen, especially if you have a good question. All right. So this is a good question. So you all are in your last years of school. Let's talk about how you all adjusted. How was the adjustment for you all? So Ava, tell me about when you showed up to college. How was that for you?
I think I thought the adjustment would go a lot smoother than it did. Just being away from home a lot, which usually I don't get homesick. But I think just not being able to see my family every day really impacted me. But obviously, like building close bonds with my friends at school, obviously, because we're living together, really helped with the transition. And then studying with them, building a family community within my friends.
Okay, all right. Miss Ariana.
I adjusted pretty perfectly when I came to Coppin. I was ready to get away from home and actually branch out, and I was very dependent on my grandparents. So I think I needed that space away from them in order to grow, and I really did that my freshman year.
Am I the only? I can't hear you. Am I the only one? Mhm.
I can't hear you.
Oh, because I muted myself. Lord have
Okay.
mercy.
Okay.
I was trying to make it so everybody can hear you perfectly. All right, Miss
Okay.
Deshana. So tell us about your how you transitioned into college life.
Um, I feel like it was pretty smooth for me. I was in the beginning going home a lot, but I forced myself, not even really forced because I've always been pretty much active in my life, like with extracurricular activities. So when I came to school, it was more so like get right into it. So I just joined a lot of organizations and just put myself out there to make new friends and, get acclimated with how the school runs. So it wasn't really too bad. Like I said, I did go home a lot in the beginning, but now I rarely go home.
Yes, it's you all's last year. You would hope that the transition. Now you all are professionals, right? Like, well, the one question I do have: does anyone still cry a little bit when they leave home when school starts? Did that hit you all this last year? Did you still have a twinkle in your eye when you left home? Oh my goodness.
To me, I didn't cry. I feel like after a while, I was ready to leave. Like ready to leave home. I felt like I was home for too long, and I was just missing like the college campus. So yeah, I was ready.
Okay.
Once I got
Listen,
here, though, I was like, I miss home a little bit, but it was cool.
and Miss Ariana came off mute for this. You know, it's somebody in her background typing. We don't know who it is, but somebody is clicking and clacking it. But she came off mute. Were you gonna say something, Ariana?
I was gonna say, I didn't have no crying or tears. This is my last semester, so I was ready to get it over with and be done. All smiles.
Okay. Well, I think that's a really good question. Are you all just ready to get it over with? Ava, are you in that headspace of I'm just tired and I'm ready to go?
I feel like right now at the more beginning of the school year, I'm not feeling that. And then it's kind of reminding me about like the 2 years that I missed of college.
Okay.
So it's like a
Oh
little sad to think
yes.
about. But I guess I am ready to go into the workforce and I guess not be controlled by like living at a college.
Wait a minute. I completely forgot that you all, oh my goodness. So we're talking to the students that were sophomores when the pandemic hit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I completely forgot about that. So let's get into that really, really quickly because we do have students that are going to college next year. I'm assuming we still gonna have some pandemic-esque things going on. We do have the vaccines. How has that transition been for you all? Like, how did that affect you? And did you ever think about leaving your university because of everything happening? Like, how was that transition, which I think is powerful because this is like history. So, how did you all pivot, sustain, and have the ability to move forward with this pandemic?
To me, when it first happened, I'm an RA, so I had to stay a little longer. So it was like kind of just getting dead on campus and trying to get all of the students off campus. So then once they left, at first though we didn't even know. Like Morgan was kind of like one of the last people to like shut down. So a lot of us was like crossing our fingers, like we're so excited, like hoping that Morgan shuts down. And then when they finally did it and we was sent home, it was like, okay, like I don't know if I could get used to this. Like because I don't even really like online classes. So like I really enjoy face to face learning. And I feel like once we went straight virtual, it was like, okay, I'm getting bored. Just sitting in front of a TV, I mean, in front of a computer screen, it was just like I wanted to be able to like walk to class, see my friends, like stuff like that that I missed on campus. So then after a while, I kind of got used to it. And I was like, okay, I'm ready to go back to school. Like, I've been home for too long. And then coming back, I'm like, okay, I gotta be in a classroom. Like, I have to actually get up out of my bed and go to class. So it was like I kind of felt like it was just crazy in the beginning, but I'm kind of getting used to it now because I still have classes that's virtual. It's something that we do at Morgan. It's like a Morgan Flex, so we can choose if we want to go in or not. Um, for some professors, so
You have
yeah,
a choice. You have a choice, madam. You have a choice.
yeah. So some classes, if your professor allows you to do it, they will allow students to be on Zoom and in the classroom at the same time. So I mean, some classes don't, but some classes do. So the ones that I feel like, okay, I could just not go in, I don't. So I guess it's like you get the best of both worlds a little bit. So it's something to get
Yes.
used to, but it's okay.
Okay. So, Miss Ava, how did you adjust? How was that process for you? And please, ladies and gentlemen in the comments, please give us your feedback because if I was in college and I had a choice, I'd say I'll see you on Friday, maybe. I'll see you Friday. I'm not getting out of my twin bed. I'm gonna stay right here. All right, Miss Ava.
I'd say at first going online was pretty cool. it was a pretty difficult adjustment. Just being at home, and usually that was like a place where I was having fun, and now it's like a place of work. And also, my parents were working from home, and my older sister had come back to work from home there. So it's just like a lot of people at the house. So last year I lived off campus, but in Baltimore, which was helpful for getting work done. But obviously, it got kind of boring just sitting in my room all day, going to classes and doing work because we also couldn't really go on campus because campus wasn't open. So I'm really enjoying this semester and like being able to go on campus and like see other students. And I miss like walking around campus and like seeing friends and saying hi to people that I know.
All right. Okay. I think a lot of us who are not in college, we can relate because we were working. And I know that we assumed that this would only last. I know for me, I thought it would last 2 weeks. I was like, we'll be off for 2 weeks. No big deal. A month in, you're just like, wait, this is this is really happening. And I can't imagine how you all felt being college students because you have a whole life where at school. You have your friends, you have your own community. So all of a sudden you're not in that community anymore. I can only imagine. Okay, Miss Ariana. How did this work for you, ma'am?
It wasn't really hard from the academic aspect. I still achieved a 4.0 while being at home. It was just having my siblings in the house while they're trying to balance school as well. And also not being able to go to the gym on campus and hang with my line sisters and also other friends. It was definitely hard. I used to be so active with working out, having a routine on campus. But being at home, I had to adjust, like going outside, going for a run, staying active, because you can become really depressed when you have all this workload on you, especially being around a lot of people. It can cause arguments. You can eat a lot. So um, that's my overall
She,
comment on that part.
she called all of us out, eating a lot. Definitely eating a lot. I mean, I was making dishes. I put on the back burner. I was like, when I get time, I'm gonna make this. I made everything. I made every type of food you can imagine. I know my mom's watching this. I'm surprised she hasn't wrote in the comments. Girl, yes. Okay. So let us know in the comments how the pandemic hit you and if you have any questions for these ladies. Okay. Yes, I can only imagine being in college. And I will say I have a very close relationships with some of the students down at A&T, and I know a lot of kids who did start their freshman year last year, and they are having the heaviest transition this year, it being the second year. So they're like, where are all these people coming from? And you're like, this is what it was like before we got hit with the pandemic. Hello, Kendra. Everybody's stepping in the room. Okay. Another question we have here. What concerns do you have with college housing? Um, and I can only imagine. See, we've already had a couple of head shakes. When I was in school some time ago, um, while I was in school, they figured out housing. But my freshman year going into sophomore year, we were on the news because it was a spectacle. You stood outside in this huge long line outside of the basketball gym praying you got a room. Okay. So now with you all being, on your way out of the door, how did you all handle the housing situation? And we need you to give us some really good details for students that want to go to you all's universities or how to maneuver it for the current situations that we have. So Ariana, tell us the details on the housing situation. How would you advise a student to go about this?
I would say always when they send out that email to sign up for housing, immediately go for it right then and there, because when you wait even longer, things gonna fill up. Especially if you want a single room, you have to sign up immediately in order to get on that list. Cause I know speaking for this semester, with everybody coming back, it was hard, it was crowded, and everybody that know Coppin, we only have 2 dormitories, no apartments, no mortgage view, no nothing. which sucks because I wish we had apartments, in order to have more people on campus, but our situation is different. So for anybody going to Coppin, make sure you sign up immediately in order to get on the list if you want to have that campus experience, which I do advise if you're a freshman, to get that time away from home.
Absolutely. Okay. I see you, Sir Trevi. She went to A&T too. It was crazy. I mean, I saw the news camera walk up to us. We were like, why is the news camera? Why are they right here? It's because they would interview the students on how crazy it was, which I thought was terrible. Keep family business on campus. We don't need the whole triad to know that we're having issues, but thank goodness they got it together. So, let me move this here. So, Ariana, so were you forced to live off campus early, or did you fight enough to get on campus housing all 4 years?
So I was able to get campus all 4 years. I always signed up
Okay.
early only because I'm an ROTC cadet. So
Okay.
having to work out, have early mornings, I need that campus room in order to make sure I'm there on time because we share a battalion with Morgan State University. So basically, I'm going back and forth from Morgan to Coppin every Tuesday and Thursday. So I have to be available here in Baltimore, whereas I'm from Prince George's County, Maryland. That's like an hour drive. And who wants to take that at 3 o'clock in the morning in order to do PT, which is physical training, and go for FTXs where our field trainings, where that's at different reservations for the Army.
Oh my goodness. And what city, where are you in Prince George's County?
I'm from Prince George's County, Maryland.
But where in Prince George's County?
Oh, Bowie.
I've
You from Bowie too?
That's where I'm at right now. We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. It's okay, Ava and Deshauna. We'll all link up. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, so Ava, you have an apartment, right? Did I hear you say you have an apartment?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, did you make that decision to get an apartment? Did your parents let you? Because shout out to James and Judy Belton. I tried it. I did. They were like, no, ma'am. And good day.
It was not my parents' decision because we can, as juniors and seniors, you're not allowed to live on campus. So you have to live off campus.
Okay. Yes. All right. Like, I got scared for you for a minute because you said it's not their decision. I had to check my corner like, like my mom, but I think that's healthy. So parents in the comments, I'm gonna have to go back in here and put them up on the screen. But how did you like transitioning from the dorms to the apartments? How was that for you?
I think at first it's a little bit stressful. My junior year, I lived in an off-campus house, so kind of learning how to sign a lease and like what lease is correct and whether to go with the management company or landlord, which were good learning skills. I just didn't think I would have them this early in life. But everyone's parents who I lived with were willing to like help and read through things with us, which was the same process for getting this apartment. So they're good like life skills, but I just thought they'd be coming a little bit later.
Okay. And it seems I'm getting this vibe that you're an excellent student. And I'm sure your parents are very comfortable with you living in an apartment. Again, I was a great student. And I feel deep down inside, they knew that me and my friends, we may have had a few socials if I lived off campus, because I definitely had the socials on campus. So it didn't matter. Shout out to James and Judy. I love y'all so much. All right. So now we have the RA. Okay. Yeah. And I feel for you, Karen. DC rent. Oh, no, ma'am. Okay. So Deshauna, she told me from the jump, we had a quick test run, and she said, I am a RA. And I said, bless your heart. But tell us about how you're, making it happen as a RA, which I think is a wonderful transition in this conversation.
Yeah. So it's a little different here in Morgan. So all freshmen live on campus. After you're a freshman, you are designated the housing that's off campus.
Mhm.
And what I think was a little difficult this semester was the amount of people that they accepted to Morgan,
Mhm.
along with those who we call here freshmores, who um, the people who are sophomores now, but they're technically freshmen to the campus because they've never been here before. So we have those students who want to be on campus because they've never been here, but as a sophomore, you are no longer, I mean, I wouldn't say you're not eligible, but your housing is typically off campus. So you have two different type of people here. Well, two different type of age groups here, but they both want to be on campus. So it was pretty difficult. And on Morgan's campus, we have like some freshman dorms are all girls, some are all boys. We don't really have many co-ed until you move off campus. So that's another issue. You're trying to squeeze all of these people into this one building. We did have my freshman year in 2018. We used the Delta Hotel, um, which we weren't using the past 2 years, but now we're using it again this semester because of the overload of students. So from the RA standpoint, it was like very, very hectic when the freshmen came back. Um, you have to be a very strong person to be an RA because you have to deal with a lot of parents and their issues and the students. So it was hard, but I think it was easier for me because I have my own room, my own space, my own bathroom. I mean, we don't where I live. I don't have a kitchen, but I'm working, just to try to eat more healthier. So I got a little salad, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I feel like it was a little hard for me in the beginning because it's like, okay, I'm about to live with all these girls as a freshman. But I got used to it, and then I became an RA my sophomore year. So I've had my own space since sophomore year. Although I wish I would have had the apartment. I do. But it's fine. I have my own bathroom, so that's good. So
That's all that matters.
yeah, that's the
I
main.
promise you. Ah, if but see, I didn't need that in college. I would have just I always take long showers, okay? But I had to be mindful of
Yes,
my roommates. You don't want to stay in there too long because
yes,
they're
that
either going to
comment.
class. Yeah, I mean, but these let's talk about some of these comments. So,
That's one of the hardest parts. That really is.
yes, with your friends who are acting crazy in the dorms, God bless you. I see Shelly Ann and Karen are talking about the housing at Coppin, Ariana. And I guess when they were in school, the basketball team were the only ones who had housing. Okay, here we go. And here's Madam. Hi, she said the basketball team had apartments in the so they're debating on how housing was set up. Um, so everybody has something different going on. So at Morgan, you know, freshmen, you're guaranteed to have housing, right? At Coppin, you know, get in there early with your application. And then wait, John Hopkins, you know, after your second year, you're an adult. You have to, so am I right about that, Ava? You have to move off campus.
Yes, I guess the only exceptions are if you're an RA.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But I will
I
say
hear you.
applying for housing everywhere early is important because I know, like, with me, like, even if it say that it's not open, the next day I'm still gonna go in there to check if it's open. Like, every day you just have to keep up with it because the moment that it opens, everybody is on it at the same time. So I would say just be early if you are a high schooler or something watching this, but just be early or encourage your parents to be early when they're applying for housing because the waiting list becomes long. And then it's like, now I have to figure out what I'm going to do. So definitely be early with that.
Awesome. All right. So listen, everyone in the comments on the same page. Housing is interesting. So, if you ladies can, let me know how the application process was for your universities. Um, Let me know if you can remember when you applied. Were you early decision? Were you just, you applied in the standard time? Did you apply at the last minute? I have a really close friend of mine who said she applied to A&T at the very last minute and still got in, but that's been some time. You cannot do that now, especially out of state. So tell me, and I'll start with Ava, how was the application process for your university?
I think the application process was pretty easy, just using like the I can't remember what it's Common App website, which I think most schools are on, and just applying through there. And they usually use some of the same essays, but then they have like separate essays for each college. And I applied regular decision for Hopkins, but I think I started my essays probably the summer before senior year, because my mom works with helping people apply for college. So she was like, you need to start earlier, which helped like reduce the stress of like that first semester of senior year.
Okay. All right. So Miss Ariana, and was your application process different because you are in the ROTC program?
No, not at all. I didn't apply to Coppin personally. I did this it's called Black Common App, and it's you apply to all 50 HBCUs, and you just write a small paragraph, and I got accepted to Coppin through that Common App.
Okay, we need more details. I have a couple of people in the comments when I do my podcast. They look up stuff fairly quickly.
Right.
Explain that one more time, and if somebody can catch this, oh, here goes the person I was talking about. This is the person I was talking about. So Latasha, is there like a www dot something for this?
It's just for HBCUs.
And so when you apply, yeah, exactly, Saeva. We didn't have this. You had to go to each and every request the application. So what you're saying is there is an app where, hold on, I'm so sorry, Ariana, you got to put yourself on mute. Somebody is really typing. They are writing a double space paper back there.
Every
And
time, but it still go. Wait, y'all, it's still going. Every time I unmute myself.
yeah, I don't know what it is, and maybe I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out. But so this app, you just have to. Is it like a one? You fill out something one time, and it just goes to all the institutions. Is that how it went? Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you.
Correct.
Thank
Yes.
you, Latasha. So she has it here, commonblackcollegeapp.com. And I'll make sure that we see if we can repost this. Okay, so it's just commonblackcollegeapp.com. So and ladies, please be sure to share this episode that we're doing here. And if you don't know how to do it, at the bottom of your screen, it'll say share and it'll have a little arrow pointing to the right. You just share it with your friends and family on your Facebook page. And if you're on YouTube, you can also share it back to Facebook. You can just paste it there as well. Okay, so Teddy said, very familiar with this. That's amazing. Thank you. That is amazing. Okay. I'm definitely going to be sharing that. Okay. All right, Madam RA. So, what is the application process for Morgan? So, we had two different things. We had an easy process. We had a one-hitter quitter. And then how was Morgan State?
So I went to I went through the regular admissions process. I did go to, it was like a college fair in Philadelphia where like all these colleges came and did like on-site admissions. You just had to like bring your transcript and different stuff like that, and they would basically tell you whether or not you will get accepted, or if you had to go through the CASA program, which is a summer program that you would have to do before getting, like, you have to pass those classes in order to get accepted.
Yeah.
Depending on like your SAT scores or ACT scores and stuff like that. So I didn't have to go through the CASA program, but once they finally like actually admitted me into the school, you just do an essay, you have recommendation letters, you just wait to hear back from the school. It wasn't really bad. The only thing is really with Morgan, you're just hoping and praying that you don't have to go through the CASA program because it's more like summer school, and then you just got to make sure you work hard to pass those classes, but they don't set you up to fail.
Right.
More than likely, everybody who goes to the CASA program is more so just to help you and prepare you for the classes that you have to take.
Right.
In next semester. So that's the only thing about that application process. Just praying that you don't have to do the CASA program. But other than that, it wasn't pretty bad.
Let me tell you something. So, and I can't say that A&T does this now. They may, but I haven't heard about it. They definitely didn't back in the day, but my brother went to Bowie State University. I'm assuming a lot of these schools now do have the summer program, and I feel like that is one of, even though I know you didn't want to do it because I understand summer school, I truly do. It's one of the best things that these schools can start doing is, instead of just rejecting students, it's giving them the opportunity to show up for the summer, even though they still have a good time. Okay. My brother had a good time at Bowie State over the summer in the luxury dorms.
CASA is like lit in our terms.
And so by the time you go to when it's time for you to show up to orientation, they know the campus, they know people. He was acclimated. He was ready, and I thought it was great. And even my sister with dental school at Howard, they had a pre-program as well. And so when it was time for when it was time for her to start dental school, she said, "This is easy. Let's go." I feel like it was one of the best things she could do. So when I get up there a little bit more and I start donating more money to A&T, I would totally tell them to start doing that, because it gets the students acclimated, and I think it's a positive. But they do have a good time. I've seen it with my own two eyes. So yeah. All right, so we're getting near the end, and I'm going to ask you all one good one. Okay, now my line sister Karen put these questions together. Hold on, let me expand this one out. If you were to give, I'll wing this one for you all, make it good. If you were to give a senior some advice, what would you tell them? It could be socially, it could be educational, personal, and dealing with the pandemic and everything. If you had to give like a good chunk of advice, what would it be? Miss Ava, we'll start with you over there.
I think academically, I'd say once you get your syllabus from each class, like writing out all of your deadlines and assignments on like one sheet, so you can really like see an overview for the whole semester and help you like stay on top of things. Because once you get behind in the semester, it's really difficult to catch up and feel like you know what's going on in every class. And I guess socially, I would say getting involved in campus. There's like tons of clubs on every campus, and you can find something that you're really interested in and like create a bond with like a great group of people.
Nice. All right. Thank you. All right, Miss Ariana.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
I would tell a senior always balance, make time for your schoolwork, and then party afterwards. 'Cause I know a lot of college students tend to party first and put their academics on the back burner. And also what Ava said, also just be social. You're in college for 4 years, or depending on your major, maybe 5 to 6 years. But go to events, show your face, don't be dry. It's all about what you make out of it. 'Cause I know every campus can be dry sometimes, and you can be that person to go out there and make it lit. So that's the best advice I can give a senior. Is also keep their head up. Also mental health checks. If you need a break, take time. To get yourself together.
All right. Okay. She said be lit. All right. Ladies in the comments, it's lit. Okay. That's what we gotta when we start talking to each other, be like, yes, Sora, it's lit. And then I could see some looking at me like, Erica, we're not saying this. Okay. All right. So Deshana,
Okay.
give us
Okay.
the closeout of
All
best
right.
information.
So I would say as a high school senior, um, really choose the school that you think is for you. Don't worry about. I mean, some people do worry about the money, but I feel like the money will come to you. Um, Go to the school that's best fit for you. Apply for those scholarships every year. Don't just do it freshman year. Apply for the scholarships every single year. Um, Even if you don't feel like college isn't for you, like find something that you like to do, like go to a trade school or get a good job or something, like, because college is not for everybody. I know that. So if you don't choose to go through that route, make sure you do something. Don't just sit around. But if you do decide to go to college, I always say college is what you make it. Um, for me, just a little more background. I serve as the SGA Vice President, and I didn't really see myself being in this position at all my freshman year, just because I didn't think that I could do it. But the more I put myself out there, got involved on campus, which I feel that everyone should do to make your college experience amazing, instead of just sitting in your room and just being bored. So definitely get involved, believe in yourself, and make college the best thing. College is really, really fun, if you make it fun. Like Ariana said, put your academics first. It's time that you can party. Make sure you have a good balance. Know how to time manage, because it could get hard. The professors, they care, but you also have to care too. Like you have to meet your professors halfway,
Yes.
because
Yes.
is you're going to have a lot of things, especially if you're involved on campus. So you're going to have a lot of things that come your way that you may feel like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. But just time manage, learn how to balance your time, learn how to do some self care for yourself. Um, and yeah, join as many organizations as you can. Don't overload yourself, but get involved. I can truly say Morgan State has helped me grow tremendously. I probably wouldn't have been able to be on this panel my freshman year, just because I just didn't feel confident in speaking in front of people. Um, but once you put yourself out there, I would say put yourself in uncomfortable situations, make yourself uncomfortable, because it'll really help you grow. And yes, that's it. I'm not really sure what happened to Sora Erica, but it was nice talking to you all.
I'm
Oh,
back. I don't know what happened. Don't try to get out of it, y'all.
yeah, I said it was nice talking to you.
And she was like, "Oh, and she's gone." And I'm back. Whew. I don't know what happened. I have used so much space on this computer. It is just too much. But I'm still here, ladies. So I think you ladies are absolutely fabulous. You all have given a great wealth of information. I'm sure that we're gonna go ahead and make sure other people see this video, and you're gonna, if you at least help 1 2 people, that would be amazing. And this will live on YouTube and Facebook. So ladies and gentlemen, in the comments, if you have friends, family that are interested in going to college, definitely share this with your family and friends, because these ladies gave a wealth of information. Actually, I tried to hold back a lot because I haven't been in college in a while. But I do have words. You know what? I'm just gonna give it. I'm gonna make it quick. It was a couple of things that you all said that was amazing, right? Get to know your teachers. That was one of the things I didn't do when I first went to A&T. I thought I could still do everything the same way I did it in undergrad. No, not gonna happen. It was like the craziest process of my life. But I feel like in college, I had to unbuckle my brain. Okay. And I didn't want to, but I had to. And it was late in the game when I said, okay, if I go out with my friends, I have to study for at least 4 hours before I go. Before I do this and that, I have to do this before I go. And once I did that, I was killing it. It's like I didn't want to, but I knew I had to do it. So be honest with yourself. Go to class. It was so bad. It was so bad one time. I was trying my hardest. It was my last semester. I think I was taking like 20 credit hours. It was crazy. And the teacher of my circus class, he did not remember my name. And it bothered me. So you know what I did? I stapled a picture to myself to the test and said, remember me, I have a job. I have to go to work in a month. Don't fail me. And I got a B. And he failed majority of the class. That's how desperate I was. Like, I come and I talk to you. I come to your office hours. I go to recitation. I stapled a picture of myself to the test. Okay. So do what you have to do. College is money. Once I started thinking of it as my parents sent me down here, I have student loans coming in. You're paying your teacher. Show up, show out, make it worth every dime. Okay. Oh, and Saeva said, be nice to the financial aid people. Okay. I didn't know that. But get all the scholarships you can. Ladies, I had a fantastic time with you all. You all are wonderful, and hopefully I will be able to catch up with you ladies in the future, especially since some of us are neighbors. But you all have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having us. Bye.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.